So welcome back to everyone, and today we are going to see a new topic. Okay, so your data analysis topic has finished. Okay, and here, okay. So in your data analysis, we have already seen what is how to install the tools, converting dictionary to series and series to dictionary. Okay, so dictionary means we have a data type in dictionary, right? So we are using the dictionary to convert the format into series of pandas, right? So then next one, we have already seen what is data frames, column sequencing and transporting. Then indexing, we have seen what is indexing, what is multi-indexing, and how to do the re-indexing. Okay, so and also the arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations means plus, minus, and right. So then next one is sorting and duplicates. Okay, so we are using loading file data. File data means .csv files, excel files, and html files also. Okay, so we have seen how to load a csv file on the xlsx extension files from your system to your pandas library. Okay, so and then so uh, we have seen what is iterating. Iterating means that's a for loop. Okay, so then plotting data in matplotlib, we have discussed a lot in matplotlib and also cbot. Okay, so your data analysis topic has finished. If you have any doubts in data analysis, please text me or call me. Okay, so I'll clear your doubts. Okay, so now we are going to see so the functional programming, data structures, regular expressions, modules, and directories. Okay, so in this topic we have already seen some of lambdas, maps, filters, generators, and decorators. Okay, so those all are we have seen already, right? So while we are discussing in functions topic, right? So then after that, we have already discussed in numbers, strings, sets, dictionaries, and listers. Okay, and today I'm gonna go through those lambdas and map filters. And then after that, I'll start modules. Okay, so then tomorrow we'll see what is a regular expression, how to search in your Python file, how to find those things, how to replace what is meta character and group search. Okay, so today we are going to discuss modules packages. Okay, so then remaining topics like pip, pipal counter, and default dictionary, then others all we'll see in tomorrow. Okay, so first I'll share the screen. Okay, so okay, so first we'll see what is a lambda, map, and filter. So we have already discussed it. I'll just go through those things. Okay, because lambda and map and filter, those three are more important. Okay, so we have used a lot in your while coding. Okay, so now it's time to quickly learn about two building functions. One is filter and another one is map. Okay, so once we learn about how these operate, we can learn about the lambda expressions, which will come in handy when you begin to develop your skills further. Okay, so what is map function? So map function, we have already discussed. Map function is useful to mapping your one variables into your function. If you are using map function, we need functions, right? So in functions, we can pass the external variables to your function using map, right? So the map function allows you to map a function to an iterable object. This is to say you can quickly call the same function to every item in an iterable. Okay, so such as list or you can use tuple, or you can use sets also in here, and also you can use dictionary. Okay, so for example, here I have the declared one function df df square. Okay, so here I'm gonna find square for my list. Okay, so that's why I'm creating square function, and inside the square function I have passed the parameter, and then I have returned the squared value of my parameter. Okay, then after that I'm gonna create a list. Okay, so now we need a function and also the list sequence for calling map function. Okay, so if you are giving like this, okay, so you no need to pass the open and close parameters here. Okay, so because here we are using function as a parameter. Okay, so here we are using function as a parameters. You no need to give open and close parenthesis here. Okay, then after that you have to pass your sequence. Okay, what is sequence? List, or it may be order, or it may be order unordered sequence. Okay, so you have to pass a sequence in here like list, set, dictionary, whatever. Okay, so then, so if you are running directly like this, you can get the function memory location. Okay, if you want to get the files in a list form, you have to convert them. Okay, first you need to convert that map, the whole term, into list. So by converting, you have to pass as a parameter for your list conversion. Okay, so if you are giving list and open and close parenthesis, and after that you have to pass this entire parameter, entire function to here as a parameter. Okay, you can get the listed form of your squared value. Okay, here I have passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, because we have converted that value into square, and 1 square is equal to 1, and 2 square is equal to 4, and 3 to 9, and 4 to 16, and 5 to 25. Okay, so the functions can also be more complex. So if I'm going to create a splicer, okay, in Splicer as a function. Okay, so here I have passed my string as a parameter, then I have used I'm going to calculate, or I'm going to find the length of our parameter, that is my string. Okay, so here I'm going to find that, and then I'm going to take a remainder of my string with divided by 2. Okay, so then I'm going to check equal 0. If the length of that string is even, and it returns even. If it is not, and it returns my parameter's first element or first character. Okay, so if you are passing my, I'm going to create my names equal to John, Cindy, Sarah, Shara, and Kelly, and Mike. Okay, so we have 5 names: John, Andy, and Sarah, Kelly, and Mike. Okay, so I'm going to pass those values like my names. Okay, so my name is as a parameter. So I have passed in a right side parameter as my names, and left side as a function, that is Splicer. Okay, so now we get if the John is 4. Okay, John, length of John is 4, and length of Sandy is, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get that's a even, right? That's a odd, right? So John is a even and Sandy is odd, and if it is odd, and it returns the first value of the string. Okay, so that's why we get C here, and that's why we get S here, and that's why we get K here, and Y is even, that's why it returns even here. Okay, so these are the behavior of map function, or advantages of map function, or usage of your map function. Okay, so next one, filter. So some of them already have more knowledge on map and filter, because we have discussed it a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go through those things, because we have a separate topic for map and filter in functional programming. Okay, that's why I'm explaining in detail. Okay, so next one is filter function. The filter function returns an iterator yielding. Okay, so we have discussed what is yield. Okay, so if you are using yield in your function, and it converts into generator, right? If you are using yield function in your function or yield class in your function, and that function converts into generator or the function called as generator. Okay, so the yielding those items of iterable or which function, that is item, is true, meaning you need to filter by a function that returns either true or false. Okay, the filter function only returns what are the functions are true by your logic or your condition. If uh, if you are all trying to find what are the even numbers in your list or in a given list, okay, so it checks what are the numbers are even. Okay, so if it is even, that is true, right? So it returns true values only. Okay, so then passing that into filter along with your iterable, and you will get back only the result that would return true. Okay, so when passed to the function. Okay, here I'm going to create check even. Okay, so I'm going to pass num. After that I'm going to return that num divided by 2 equal 0. What are the elements I have passed, right? So what are the elements I get? 0 remainder while divided by 2. Okay, so those are the numbers are called even numbers, right? So I'm going to create nums equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 10. Okay, I'm going to filter. First you need to pass the function name here without open and close parameters. After that you need to pass your variable. Okay, so your variable must be list or tuple or set. Okay, so your variable must be in those three formats. Okay, so then after that I'm going to convert that list, that filter into list. Okay, so it returns what are the values are getting true according to your condition. Okay, so you can see, so 0 is equals 0, that's why we get 0, right? So and 1, it returns 0.5, I think so, and it returns to it won't return because it is not equal to 0, right? Then after that 2 is a even number, and 4 is a even number, and 6 is a even number, and 8 and 10, those are even number, and 7, 9, 3, 5 are not even numbers. Okay, because it returns a remainder like a 0.1, 0.2. Okay, so those are not equal to 0, right? And it only returns the true values according to your condition, right? So it returns 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Okay, so this is the purpose of your filter function. Okay, so next one is a lambda expression. Okay, so lambda is an alternative for your function statements. Okay, so one of Python's most useful, okay, so tools is the lambda expression. Okay, so if uh, you need to use your function in single time, you can use lambda. Okay, so if you want to use your functions in more and multiple times, you can use functions, and if you want to use bulk number of functions, you can use classes. Okay, so these are the differences. Okay, so you can use for your need. Okay, so what type of logic you want or you need, you can choose these three functions. Okay, so and lambda expressions allow us to create anonymous functions. Okay, so this basically means we can quickly make ad hoc functions. Okay, so without needing to properly defining a function using def. In lambda we no need to give def. Okay, so function objects returned by running lambda expressions work exactly the same as those created and assigned by def. Okay, so there is a key difference that makes a lambda useful in specialized roles. Okay, so what is in the lambda's body? Okay, so lambda's body is a single expression, not a block of statements. Okay, so the lambda's body is a similar to what we would put in def bodies return statements. That's all. Okay, so you have to code single line. Okay, in functions, you have to define first def equal to what is the function name. After that, you have to define a parameter. Then after that, you have to give a body, and after that, you have to return those values or those results in here. So, and every lambda function you can write in single line. Okay, so we simply type the result as an expression instead of explicitly retaining it, because it is limited to an expression. A lambda is less general than a def. Okay, so we can only squeeze design to limit program nesting. Lambda is designed for coding simple functions. You can't create bulk functions or bulk logics in here. Okay, so lambda is for a single line function. Okay, you can do small things. If you want to find square, if you want to find some or if you want to convert that value into uppercase, or if you want to convert that value into lower, or if you want to split it, or so you can use these kind of functions, okay, in Lambda, right? So let's start. First, if you want to create a function, you need to give def, right? So then after that, you have to define a function name. Then after that, you have to pass a parameter name or an attribute name. Then after that, you have to give or create a result equal to num star star 2. That's your logic. Then after that, you have to return that, right? So then you have to call your function and you have to pass the parameter, then only you get the answer, right? Okay, so in these three steps, we can reduce that into two. Okay, so while instead of creating result, you can directly pass your logics in here. Okay, so it returns same value. And the third one, you can type that return in after your indent notation like this. Okay, so in this method also you can get the same answer. Okay, so in lambda, okay, so you have to remove your diff and the name. Okay, so hold your parameter and type lambda, and your parameter here you are going to define, you are going to declare a parameter, right? So if you are giving lambda num, you are going to create or define a parameter in here. Okay, so lambda num, now we are declaring a parameter as a num. Then after that, we are doing, or we are going to give logics for that. Okay, so now double star 2, that's all. This is your lambda function. Okay, so in here you need to save that function into variable. If you not, it returns like this. Okay, so you need to save that function into variable, and then you can call that variable and you can pass your parameter, then you can return that value or return your output. Okay, then so you can use that lambda function, okay, in your map filter instead of calling your function name. Okay, you can directly pass that lambda line in your map and filter function classes, right? So no need to create a function, and you no need to pass your function name in here. Okay, so you directly pass your logic using lambda. Okay, so here I have given list, then after that map. Inside the list I'm giving map, and inside the map you need to pass two parameters. One is function and another one is variable. Okay, so the variable contains sequence of elements, whatever. Okay, so sequence of elements like list, tuple, and sets also. Okay, so then I'm going to give lambda num colon num star star 2 and my nums. Okay, so my nums have some value and it returns the value like this. Okay, so you can also use filter in lambda function. Okay, so the filter only returns what are the values or getting true or satisfying your condition, right? So satisfying your condition, right? So it returns only the true values. Okay, so here are a few more examples. Keep in mind, the more concept function is the order it is to translate into a lambda function. Okay, so meaning sometimes it's just easier to create the def keyword function. Okay, so lambda expression for grabbing the first character of string, and this is the lambda expression for grabbing first letter of string, and you can create a parameter, then after that you can pass that parameter into index expression. Okay, so if you want to get index first parameter or first character, you need to pass that index expression, right? So the first character index expression is 0. Okay, so then after that here I'm using slicing to reverse those words. Okay, if you're passing Malayalam in here, and it gives a reversely. Okay, if you're passing Hyderabad or whatever, and it gives a reversely, like Hyderabad means, and it prints DEB like that. Okay, so you can even pass in multiple arguments into a lambda function. Again, keep in mind that not every function can be translated into a lambda expression. Only simple function we can turn into lambda functions. Okay, so in some of functions or classes, we need to create large number of parameters and large number of values, large number of logics and large number of lines. Okay, so in such kind of functions, you can't create a lambda. Okay, you can't pass the lambda functions. Okay, so lambda functions is for simple and short methods. Okay, so that's all about map, filter and lambda. Okay, and the next one we are going to see what is models. Okay, so like modules, not a models, modules. Okay, okay, so what are the modules and packages? Okay, so I have already told in your past classes what is modules and packages. So the collection of .py files are called modules, and collection of modules are called packages. Okay, so even you take a random library or module, it contains lot of .py files. In each .py files, it contains more number of classes, and in a class it contains more number of methods. Okay, so in this section we briefly code out a basic module and show how to import it into a Python script. Okay, so first we are going to write a modules. Okay, first if you want to write a module, you have to create a .py file. .py means it's a Python extension file. Okay, so in that file we have only one function, at least one function. Okay, so I'm going to create df equal to, sorry, df and the function name my function, then I'm going to pass x, then I'm going to return. Here I'm doing some list comprehension. Okay, so num for a num in range, and if num modulus operator of 2 equal 0, the list comprehension only returns what are the values or even, right? Then after that I'm gonna create a list 1 equal to my name, and I'm gonna pass that parameter into 11. Then it returns 11 values, right? So 11 means what are the values in what are the values are even in 11. Okay, so it returns those values. Okay, so and I'm gonna save the file as file1.py. Okay, file1.py. Okay, so simple, your file must be in your same path as your Python file, or you have to change that path using OS library. Okay, so we have already discussed how to change a path and how to save a path and how to save a new path. Okay, so by using OS module. Okay, so file 1.py is going to be used as a module. Okay, so I have already told what is module. It is the collection of .py files. Okay, so now you can call file one using import. Okay, so just very simple, you have to import file one, and in file one we have list, right? In file one we have list variable, right? So simple. First you need to import file one, and after that in file one we have to import list one. Okay, so and I'm gonna open 12. Okay, so now I'm gonna print my file one dot list one. It returns the whole value. Okay, like this, right? So first I'm gonna give you can see the very function here, right? So I'm going to pass 11 parameters. In 11 parameters, it returns only even values, right? So what are the even values? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then after that, I'm going to import file 1. Okay, file 1 is a .py file. Okay, I'm going to import file 1. You open a new Python file, then you can import it. Okay, so you can import the file 1, right? So the current file is file 2. Okay, so then after that I'm going to print the file 1 dot list 1, and it returns like the value like this. Okay, and this is your module. And next I'll give some notes. Okay, so modules in Python are simple Python files with the .py extension, which implement a set of functions. Modules are imported from other modules using the import command. You can also import one .py file to another .py. Okay, so to import a module, we use the import command. Okay, so the first time a module is loaded into a running Python script, it is initialized by executing the code in the module once. If another module in your code imports the same module again, it will not be loaded twice. Okay, so once it will load, and it will save the behaviors, and it will save the files in your temp location, and then after that it will not be loaded twice. Okay, but once only. Okay, so local variables inside the module acts as a singleton. Okay, so they are initialized only once. If we want to import the math module is a built-in module in your Python. Okay, so we simply import the name of the module, right? So import Python. Then after that, if you are C, then you can call the method like this. Okay, so then exploring built-in functions, and here you can call dir for math, and it returns what are the methods in math module. Okay, so here we have classes and methods like sqrt, tan, pos, log2. If you are giving dir, and you can pass the module name in here, and it returns what are the methods, classes in math module. Okay, and also you can use help function for getting detail. Okay, so for getting detail in math module and math.cell, whatever, if you are you can type any name in help function, and it returns the detail related to that name. Okay, so writing Python module is very simple. To create a module of your own, simply create a new .py file. That's all. That's your module. Okay, so with the module name and the import it using the Python file without the .py extension. Okay, so you can, if you are creating new .py, you're going to use that new .py into your another .py file. You can simply call import new. Okay, so no need to give .py there. Okay, So you can simply give import new, that's enough. Okay, so writing packages. So packages are namespaces which contain multiple packages and modules themselves. Okay, so what is module? It contains multiple .py files. What is packages? It contains multiple packages or multiple modules. Okay, so they are simply directories but with a twist. Each package in Python is a directory which must contain a special file called underscore underscore init underscore underscore .py. Okay, so that is a constructor, right? So we have discussed in class or OOP session, right? So init is used as a container or initialization. Okay, so if you are using init.py in your package, it automatically links those modules in your packages. Okay, so this file can be empty and it indicates that the directory it contains a Python package. Okay, so you need to fulfill or you need to code in your init file. You can just create init in your package. That's enough. Okay, so if we create a directory called foo which marks the package name, we can then create a module inside the package. Okay, so called bar. So we also must not forget to add the underscore init underscore .py file inside foo directory. Okay, so we have created a foo directory, and inside the foo directory we have created bar package or module, whatever. Okay, so you all need to create a init.py file in your foo directory. Okay, then you can easily import like import foo.bar, or you can use from foo import bar. Okay, so then in the first method we must use the foo prefix. Whenever we access the module bar in the second method, we don't, because we import the module to our modules namespace. The init.py file can also decide which module the package exports as the API. So while keeping other modules internal by overriding the underscore all underscore variable, like so. So in init.py you can use underscore underscore all underscore underscore equal to bar. Okay, so you can select what package you have to call automatically while using foo. Okay, so you can pass all equal to bar, that's enough. Okay, so if you are calling import foo, it automatically calls bar, right? And the other packages are hidden. Okay, so then you need to call using foo dot. If you having one more rat file or rat package or rat module, you have to call foo dot rat. Then you can use you can call the classes inside rat. You can also call the methods inside the rat. Okay, so these all are the basics on introduction of your modules and packages. Okay, so is it clear? Do you have any doubts? Okay, so thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay, so with the same topic, we have some more exercise in modules and packages. Okay, so and also we have one more topic in functional programming. Okay, so the topic is regular expressions in Python. Okay, in regular expression we have meta character, find, search. Okay, so those topics are more important. We'll see in tomorrow. Okay, we will see tomorrow, and thank you all. No, lambda is not a for loop. uh, for loop and while loop are different. Okay, so lambda you are using instead of your function creating, that's all. In function you can call that name n number of times. Okay, so if you are using lambda, you can use only single time. Okay, so right, so that is the difference between lambda and function. Okay, so lambda is not the for loop. Is it clear now?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah. So thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye.